This is the admin panel. After logging in, here's your panel. So the first one is the encrypt PDF. That is where you go to encrypt the PDF. The second one is view log. That's where you see the logs that of what you have encrypted. So after the encryption, if you want to check, maybe you've forgotten the password of what you've encrypted, so you can check over here. And then, so this is the encrypt PDF. So the first thing you should do is to go to the teachers and add teachers, at least one teacher in every subject. So you just register them and it will show over here. So at least one teacher in every subject. So that's the most important thing right now. So if you go to the encrypt, you just select the file. So let's say I want to encrypt this paper. If this is a paper, let's say general mathematics form 2, so you select, and then it's subjective, it's objective, sorry. So you select the quiz, because they will be answering on the answer, they will be answering, selecting the answers you want the system to mark. So it's objective, so you select the quiz, and then it's offline receiving. So the answers, these are the answers. So if number 1 is A, you just input A, comma. Number 2 is B, B, comma. So 3 is C, C, comma. 4 is D, D, comma. You see, so you can see the preview over there. So when you finish, it's good to verify the preview before you execute the encryption. Now you select the teacher's name according to subject. So Prince will say it's math, so you see it has been allocated. Now the duration, if it's 2 hours, then 120 minutes. And these are the passwords area. The first password is for the one the students will use to open the exam at the exam hall. So you can you can set your password. It's just numbers. Don't use any letters. So let's say 2, let's say 3344. So 3344. And then the master password, master decryption key, that is what they will use for overriding. I think we explained the other day. So in case someone is locked out and the person probably, you know that it was a mistake, so, or maybe the tablet went off, as in it was, as in truly, you know, the tablet has a problem and it went off, and you want to override the lock, as in when the student runs into the app lock, then you have to use the master password. So these two passwords, first and second, must always be varied. They must be changed. So that is it. Now, and the second password is what you give to them after that. Is so after recording all the scores, then they can be given the second password to exit the screen, or you can just tell them to restart the tablet. Yes, so that is also an option, but then it's good to give them the key, the second password, which is the master key, master password, so that they can use to exit the app, from the finish, as in the result screen, after you have recorded. So now I will set that one to 1 2 3 4. That's also numbers, and as you can see, the master admin password is there. So you just click on the encrypt. So my internet is on. You can see I'm connected to internet. So the process has started to first upload. You see, encryption is almost complete, so it will just pop up when it's done. So you see it's done, but we don't want to share through email, so you just close. So after close, now I'm done with the encryption. So the file is ready. You see, when I come to view log, the one I just encrypted is here, the password I set. So in case you forget, you can just check it and then give it out again. So now I'm done. So after the encryption, I can just go to my files, and at this point, I forgot to tell you, at this point you make sure the student app is not opened on this tablet, because the student app, so before you start the encryption, make sure the student app, if it happens to be on the tablet, it shouldn't be opened, else it will quarantine the file. So you go to the internal storage, then internal storage, go to documents. So this is the file, so you can see that the name has now been appended with some secure word, and the extension is now .scp and not .pdf. So you just copy it to a safe folder. So you can create your own folder. Here, and then, so let me make a new folder. So let's say encryptions, then you copy to the folder. So now I've copied to the folder. So that is the file you will share. That is the file you share to the students. That's it. So when they receive, then it will appear in their app. So when you go to the exam hall and they want to start, they would also have to watch the video so they know what to do. That's all.